What's up, y'all? It's your boy Trey, and we coming back with another episode of the 3829 podcast. I want to thank y'all again for tuning into the episode, and I'm gonna make y'all the same deal I made y'all last time. Before we even get started, go ahead and hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. And if by the end of the video you don't like it, then you can go ahead and do all of those. All right. Now, I do have one of my co-hosts back with me. I'm gonna let him go ahead and introduce himself again.
It's Juan back in the building. Welcome back to the 3829 podcast. Got a few topics to go over today. I appreciate y'all tuning in. First two episodes doing very, very good so far. Very well so far. Sorry about that. But shout out to Jello. But yeah, welcome back. Let's get into today's episode, cuz.
All right, so before we get into it, man, we do have some topics on here to talk about, but man, the draft just happened 2 nights ago. As of today, we're recording this on June 27th, 2025. And we seen some of the draft picks just looking very disappointed. One story is Ace Bailey drafted by the
Very
Jazz.
ungrateful.
No, for real. Ace Bailey drafted by the Jazz before the draft, gave them troubles. Let them know that he did not want to be part of their organization. They still decided to pick him, and he still has not
didn't even give him a
reported.
workout.
And he still has not reported.
That's looking like a shaky situation already.
No, seriously. Then we got other players very visibly unhappy with their draft selection. I'm
we're
just
not
gonna
we're not gonna repeat some of those things.
no facts. I'm just gonna say that's the product of NIL. You get what I'm saying? It's give and take. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? I will say that I do like the NIL. I will say that like I'm proud. I'm happy that we get things like NCAA football back and stuff like that because of the NIL. I think that the NIL is a great thing. I think that it's a lot of to get to the college level. You do have to put in a lot of work. You do have to put in a lot of grind into your craft, and not everybody that makes it to the college level is gonna get to the professional level, whether it be the NFL, the NBA, whatever the top level is for volleyball, football. I mean not for football, for volleyball, cheerleading, all those other sports. Don't want to discriminate against anybody, but so it definitely takes a lot of work, but not everybody's gonna make it to the professional level. So I do think that those players that do make it to the college level should be compensated, but at the same time, that is kind of
There
an
has to
issue.
be. I feel like there has to be a limit
Yeah.
because we see some of these deals that are going out nowadays that these younger men are getting, and some of those are in the high 100,000, some even in the millions.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like there has to be some type of cap when it comes to that when it comes to those NIL deals, because we see how, like you said, some of these recent draft picks are kind of looking shady and kind of giving a non-caring like body language, like when it comes to the draft, and it's kind of like they've been spoiled already when it comes, like, to a sense almost.
No, exactly. Now, like I was saying,
hmm
I do think that they should be compensated in college because not everybody's gonna make it, and a lot of those people that are getting to that college level, they do come from less fortunate backgrounds. You get what I'm saying? And so
Definitely.
it's not enough to completely change their life for generations, but it is enough to help their family in their current situation. You get what I'm
Their
saying?
current state. Exactly.
But like you said, there
It's
should be a
definitely a
cap,
blessing.
or there should, realistically, not everybody that was drafted, like Ace Bailey didn't have to, he could have, decided he didn't like where the mock drafts were putting him, and he could have went back to college. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And still continued
if
to
that's
make
the
money
case.
there. You go what I'm saying? Or we
Exactly.
saw the situation with Quinn Ewers where he still had a year of eligibility. A lot of people were predicting him to go to North Carolina, play for Bill Belichick. But he decided to go to the NFL, and he ended up only making a few 100,000 this season versus the 5 million or so that he could have made if he would have stayed and went to North Carolina. So I think it's give and take. I think that it does incentivize players to stay in college and kind of, um,
Stick
try
around
to
for a bit.
hone in
Yeah,
on their craft a little bit more. But at the same time, I think that, like you said, it's spoiling players, and there should be a cap put on it. Realistically, I don't think anybody needs to make more than a lottery pick will in college. You get what I'm saying? Especially
yeah,
if
definitely,
you're not realistically going to be a lottery pick, because a lot of the times these guys aren't necessarily the greatest players. It's just that they're well marketed. You get what I'm saying?
definitely.
So
They may be the best player in their current state or in their
exactly.
in that current situation.
Or they may not even be the best player, but maybe in high school they were friends with a YouTuber that was, really popular or something like that, or something like that. Because you may not be familiar with this situation. I'm not saying that this player isn't talented, but there's a player by the name of TK. He plays for Overtime Elite, and
I've heard
yeah,
six,
early.
7.
Yeah, yeah. Early in his high school career, nobody really heard of him. But once he was discovered by this YouTuber, his ranking started to jump up. Now that's not to say that he didn't start putting in more work once he started getting more notoriety or anything like that. But I do
Correct.
believe that a lot of that notoriety and stuff like that can just be or a lot of those rankings and stuff like that can't just be just from notoriety. You get what I'm saying? In those
Yeah,
deals.
definitely.
Because not to throw any shade at Shador Sanders, but we uh, looked at him pretty highly, but the NFL did not. You get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And that's
But I
not
feel
to
like
throw any
even with
shade at
that
him.
situation,
Yeah,
it's
there
gonna
was
be a
definitely a little weird stuff
yeah,
going on with that. I feel like, but um, at the end of the day, that's the professional leagues. Those are the professional scouts. If they feel like, um,
exactly. That's their job.
no, exactly. No, I do think that he'll have an amazing career. I hope that he does work his way up to QB1 this season because I do want to see him play in the NFL sooner rather than later, and I don't want to see him, in the back of
Get
the
held
bench.
back. No, definitely.
Exactly.
Certainly needs to be at that QB1 position and let him showcase his talent and what he's been working his whole life for.
No, exactly. But
Well, man, let's
without further ado, we can just go ahead and transition into the next topic, which we wanted to talk about. I've been giving them a little bit of shade, but we'll go ahead and talk about the Mavs. I mean, not the Mavs, the Thunder. Sorry about that. The Thunder, the championship. I mean, the champions of uh the 2024-2025 season. Congratulations to them
all right.
again. Now, I will say this one more time. If Tyrese Haliburton was in the game, Tyrese Haliburton would have made it through the game. It would have been a
Let's
completely
not
different
even
story.
let's
Would
not
have
even
been
speak on it because
no. I just wanted to be
he'll
known. I just wanted
speedy
to be
speedy
known.
recovery. Wishing a speedy recovery for my boy Tyrese, man. But the result is what it is, man. Thunder took it home. I shouldn't even have this smile on my face right now, man. But Thunder took it home, man, and that's
He's
just what
a
that's all she wrote.
now.
But
Go ahead
definitely,
and admit it, cause
Tyrese was definitely on track to put up a nice scoring game. Probably would have
what
more than likely would have had a double double.
what?
But
Hey,
who truly
listen.
knows what would have happened? We just know Tyrese was on track to have a an amazing game.
No, exactly. Now, like I said,
But
congratulations to the Thunder again. But honestly, in my personal opinion, for the future of the Thunder and going forward, I feel like that championship that they just won honestly may have been their greatest downfall. And let me tell you why I say that. Because realistically, um guys like J Dub, Chet, and Lou Dort haven't been paid yet. Um
correct.
so like a guy like
Both J-Dub and Chet outside of their rookie contracts, they've yet to get paid.
exactly like J Dub, a guy that definitely, I'll say this, he didn't play great going into the, or not going in, he didn't play great early on in the finals, but we
Hmm.
seen him put up 40. in the finals.
Correct.
And as you
Correct.
mentioned, he's still on his rookie deal. This man is only making $6.5 million a year.
Hmm.
When Shea Gilgeous-Alexander won the MVP, he got all his guys Rolexes. If I'm J
Yeah.
Dub, I'm hooping just like you, bro. I should be able to buy my own Rollie and not really have to
Exactly.
think about it. You get what I'm saying? And that, like, it's
Exactly.
not that he can't. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to say that he's broke it by any means. You get what I'm saying? He's definitely well off it,
Oh, not at
but
all.
but you get what I'm saying? He if we talking about Finals MVP, yes, Shea got it, but who was right there? J Dub. You get what I'm saying?
Right alongside.
And then alongside with that, then you got Chet. You know what I'm saying? He didn't play spectacular in every game, but remember, this man rolled his ankle. This man foot literally completely turned sideways, and his body was going this
Yeah.
way. And
Then
he's
he missed
seven
his almost his entire rookie season, correct? If I'm not
exactly,
mistaken.
and he's 7 foot plus, and
Yeah.
we're just. I feel
They
like
gotta get my boy in the weight room though. I'll tell you. I will say that.
definitely has to get in the weight room, but the fact that like I felt like he was probably gonna be out for the rest of the series when I seen him go down. And the fact that he was able to play through that and still be productive. Now, like I said, he didn't play spectacular in every game by any means, but he's 7 foot. He rolled his ankle and was still able to give you effective minutes throughout the rest of the series. You get what I'm saying? And then Lou Dort. First of all, I want to apologize to Lou Dort because I was not familiar with your game. I did not know that you was Reggie Miller. I mean, I didn't know that you was Ray Allen, bro. I mean, I didn't know that you was Larry Bird, bro. Like, bro,
Periodically.
when did you start feeling like this, bro? Like when did you start feeling like this, bro? I heard of the torture chamber, bro. I never heard of the motherfucking sniper range, bro. I never heard of this, bro. I'm like every game, I'm like, okay, bro, he not coming in and hitting 3 more threes, bro. He came in
I'm
and
like
hit
every
three
game.
more threes every
I'm like
game,
he's good
bro.
for 1 or 2 this game.
No,
This
for
man
real.
surpasses that. I'm
No
like, are you all
facts.
right? Okay.
No facts. But
Man, but if you're the Thunder, who do you who do you pay?
no, exactly. And whoever you don't pay is going to the Rockets. Listen. The
I
Rockets
mean, because as we
love the
mentioned,
Thunder sloppy seconds.
should we go down the list?
No facts. They stole everybody from the old big three. They
Oh
getting
my goodness.
they getting J Dub and Chet off of you, okay?
They on a hunt right now
No
as we
facts.
speak.
They said,
They
which
paying
one can
attention.
I
They paying
get?
attention this off season.
No facts. Any, mini, mighty,
But yeah,
mo. They sent
as
an
we mentioned,
offer
we
at
got both
both.
J-Dub and Chet still on their rookie deals.
No facts.
If they re-sign Chet, Chet's possible. He's got a possible 5-year, 246 mil deal on the table. I'm not sure what J-Dub has, but I'm sure it's right along those lines, if not more. But I mean, like you said, are they? How do the Thunder go about this?
Exactly. Like, yes, there probably is a way to keep all of these guys and get them both over 30 million, but then what do you still have?
Exactly.
You see what the Celtics are doing currently. The Celtics are currently selling off everything to try to stay under the second apron because they're not trying to pay
Exactly. Because at the same
$180
time,
in.
you're coming off a championship this year, but you still have to consider your future.
Exactly. You see what the Celtics are doing. They're not trying to pay 180 million in taxes. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely not.
I
And
mean, that's
Oklahoma's a smaller market too, so
exactly.
they
Exactly.
definitely have to work something out over there.
Exactly. Now, and then on top of that, I think the other thing that the Thunder have to worry about is ego. Yes, the team is good. Don't get me wrong. This team is definitely good, but don't turn into the Grizzlies. And I understand the Grizzlies didn't win the championship, but don't start, feeling like you safe in the West, or you feel me, it's just gonna be a
Exactly.
cakewalk.
It's just gonna
Because
be a smooth ride.
exactly, because now you're the team with the target. Now everybody is trying to model their team against you. You get what I'm saying? And build their
Hmm.
team to beat you.
Exactly.
Yes,
Everybody's
you
coming for what you got.
exactly. Yes, you are a younger team, so you don't have to, you have the luxury of not having to worry about regression, but you don't have the luxury of taking your foot off the pedal at all.
No, not at all.
And
Because if you come off a situation like this where you're champs and you return next season and it all falls down, then it all falls down media wise. Because they already don't get the hype that they should have this season. That's what I'm saying. Kudos to OKC, they earned it hands down. But they definitely, if you pay attention, they didn't really start getting the love from the media up until the playoff run.
hmm
Even though they did what they did this season, like throughout the whole season, they played tremendous, but they didn't get that real recognition up until the playoff run and especially the finals. You couldn't turn on the TV without seeing Oklahoma somewhere.
no, seriously. No, but the main reason I said I want to bring up the ego is because I had seen a clip of J Dub, and it was pre-parade, but they were asking him about the KD trade, and he said, you know, pretty much, good for them, but I'm not worried about them pretty much. I'm just worried about our parade and what I'm doing this week. And that sounds very similar to me. Maybe I took it out of context, but to me,
Yeah,
that sounds very similar to we good in the West or we good in the NBA. Because realistically,
yeah.
if you feel like you good in the West, we know that the media says, the East is the weaker conference. So if you truly feel you're good in the West, then you just feel like you just good for the championship.
Like
And
you
I don't
said,
feel
pretty
like
much set all around.
exactly, and I don't feel like any team should feel like that. Um,
No,
But we can transition uh from the Thunder to the Pacers.
to our
Um
Indiana Pacers, man.
no, definitely. And
Got
I
to give a round of applause for the Pacers as well, man.
definitely want to give a round of
They play
applause to
even
my
with
boys.
Tyrese going out, man. Them boys played to the last to the clock red zero, man. So got to give a huge
Definitely.
shout out to the Pacers, man. They just
W-
throughout this whole playoffs run, man. Tyrese, he did what he did, of course, but man, just the Pacers is a core team, man. So like everybody plays their role, everybody does what they're supposed to do, man. So shout out to the Indiana Pacers, man.
Nah, facts. Facts. Hey, no. And I definitely want to give a big shout out to Thomas Bryant. Listen, I want to shout out all the bench guys, but I want to shout out Thomas Bryant because he probably won't get it. Listen, I want to shout out Jarris Walker. I feel like he could have been impactful in the finals. I'm not saying that he was going to drop 40 every game, but I definitely feel like
No,
his presence could have been felt in the finals. And I'll be
definitely.
honest, I am a Pacer fan, but I am not the biggest Jarris Walker fan. Um, man, I want to give a shout out to Johnny Furphy, man. Listen, I don't know what it is about Johnny Furphy. There's something about that man. But every time I see him on the court, man, I just want to laugh. It ain't even that he bad, man. I know that this man is better than me, but he just make me laugh, man.
He's
And
in
that
the
ain't nothing.
NBA.
Listen. I know he's better than me. He just makes me laugh, man. That ain't nothing wrong with that, Johnny Furphy. I wanna shout you out because you bring me joy, man. You bring me joy. Listen, but when
Bring
I
peace.
listen, I was in person for game 2, man. When I seen Johnny Furphy on the floor, I knew it was over. I knew it was over. Shout out Johnny Furphy. Nothing wrong with Johnny Furphy. It was just he wasn't on the court for none of the comebacks. We had 2 minutes left
Rick.
and he wasn't on the court for none of the
That's what I said.
comebacks.
Rick just threw him out there.
No facts. But um so Tyrese Haliburton we know is gonna be out for all of next season. Even if he does,
Yeah.
make a speedy recovery, I think it would be best for him to just, be out all of
Hold out.
next. Yeah,
Definitely.
exactly. exactly, and
Yeah,
just heal all the way, because I think that's definitely something that contributed, because we know that, not necessarily for the Achilles, but we know that last year he was dealing with issues with his legs. Then you go into the Olympics still dealing with those issues. That's why he doesn't play. Then earlier in the season, you having struggles because of those same issues. You get what I'm saying? So this is not something
correct.
that popped up in the
No,
playoffs. This is
it's
something
been an
that's been
ongoing thing.
exactly for like the past 2 years.
Correct.
Like it's so like the joke about when you didn't do nothing for the class project, but you still get an A. Realistically, that's a joke, but he was actually hurt, and that's why he didn't play. But outside of outside of Tyrese, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of different a lot of room for improvement from a lot of our other guys. Guys like Nimhart and Matherin.
Definitely.
Not saying that they're not currently playing well. I'm just saying that there's gonna be room for them to take an additional step.
Definitely. It's gonna be room for more.
No,
With
exactly.
Tyrese being out, it's definitely gonna be room for, like you said, like those few role players that you just named. It's gonna be room for them to step up, and I feel all of them have showed, especially this postseason, into the finals, of course, just why they deserve deserve more time on the floor. Benedict Mathurin, he has two big games where he goes off. So like I said, that shows why he deserves more time out there. Andrew Nimhard, I feel he struggles a bit at times. He moves quick. He struggles a bit at times, but if he just calms down, learn how to run the ball a little bit better. But he does this thing, of course, out there. But so him as well. And then you got TJ McConnell, uh, Obi Toppin. He comes off the bench doing his thing. I feel like with Tyrese being down, I feel like they should find a way to squeeze him in the starting lineup next season,
No,
um,
exactly. And
if possible.
no, exactly. And I definitely want to see some more tick from I want to definitely see some more tick from Shepard as well. I feel like last season
Definitely,
we seen him in the starting lineup, but I feel like he didn't fully have his confidence yet. And I feel like coming off that finals, he's gonna have the confidence now. Uh,
definitely,
nah, but like I was saying, with Shepard coming off the finals, he's gonna have finals confidence. So
definitely.
I do want to see more playing times from him. Um, and then like I said, I just want to see Nemhard take an additional step. He did take a step this year. Not saying that he didn't play great this year. He played amazing this year, but I do think that he hasn't reached his ceiling yet. Same thing for Matherin. Now, one person I do want to see a little bit less playing time from is Neesmith. Uh, it just I don't know what was going on
Yeah.
in the finals, and I know what you could say. It's just one series, but at the end of the day, that's what we're doing it for. You know, we're
Yeah,
doing it for that one series.
that's the end goal.
Exactly.
'Cause,
So
yeah, what he did in the finals, I'm not sure how many games he fouled out, but that man is a hack machine.
no, for real,
Like
and
we
it
don't
was
need that
silly
because
hacks.
you just continue to send this man to the free throw line
No, exactly. Like you're closing in on a double team and you're jumping on the closeout at the half court
every
line
time,
on a double team.
every
Why are
time.
you jumping to close out on a double team at the half court line? It's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. It's not Steph Curry.
Let him get the ball up.
Like for real. Like I don't know what it was about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and Neesmith. Now them is the only fouls that this boy earned. I'll give him that, cause boy, that boy Neesmith could not stay
He
on his
can't.
feet.
He's in the air every time.
No, exactly, man.
But I
Exactly.
second that. like we just went over a few players. Like we named a few players that we feel like are going to definitely have room for improvement next season. But I feel like the main one who really like sticks out like a Thor sum is Benedict Mathurin, man. I feel like you said, I feel like with less, and no shade to Neesmith, man. You just gotta learn how to stay on the floor, like learn how to stay on the ground. But I feel like with Ben, he brings just as much on the defensive end as Neesmith, but he knows how to stay on the floor. Um, he knows how to stay. He knows how to keep his ground. But then he also can give you he can definitely give you a good 15 to 20 every single night if he wants to. If he gets the productive time that he should get.
No, exactly, and he can make some very explosive plays.
Definitely.
And
Cuz
like
he's going to take it to the basket for sure.
exactly, and on the defensive and offensive side. You get what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Now, we are not excusing. We are not excusing. And I repeat this for one final time. We are not excusing what this man did in game 4. That was highly, I repeat, highly unacceptable. That was, I
I
don't
don't
know
know, man.
what
I
the
feel
hell
like
that was.
every pacer, every current pacer right now, they have their
No,
moments.
no, listen. And then the Pacers go and pick up Cam Jones. This man, listen. Nothing against Cam Jones. Congratulations on making it to the NBA, my brother. But this man shoot 11 less than 70% from the free throw line as a point guard. That is not what we need right now.
Definitely not. Because that was, oh my goodness. If the Pacers make free throws,
Bro, we shouldn't be looking at nobody that shoot less than 98%, bro. We should be looking at the top 1%, bro.
realistically like 84. Like, come on, bro. We
No,
did
no, no. Realistically, bro, we need to find everybody that shoot over
somebody
86%
that's
from the
nearly
free throw.
nearly perfect from the free throw line.
No, for real. No, the thing was,
The
bro,
amount of free throws that we missed during the finals alone.
I just don't know what
Oh
happened
my
to
goodness.
Siakam once the playoffs started, bro. Like,
I don't get how this man, his sweet spot is right there at the free throw line. But
do
this
you
man
need a
gets to the free throw line with nobody on him
can he do a
and miss
fadeaway
both
on
free
the free
throws.
throw? Ref, can he do a fadeaway on the free throw?
Is that
Can he
against the
do a
rules?
can he do a turnaround
Can
on the
he
free
do a
throw,
little
bro?
pump on the and fade on the free throw?
No facts.
Oh my goodness. And between him, Miles Turner, and even oh my goodness, Benedict Mathurin, he had a few stunts in there,
No, for real.
or he missed two in a row. Like, come on, man.
No,
So
exactly.
yeah, you don't need nobody in there that's shooting below 70% at the free throw
No,
line. That's the
exactly, bro.
last thing we need. That man need
No.
to be at the far end of the bench.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Hey, no.
Man,
Before I forget, shout out Isaiah Jackson, man. And man, shout out all of y'all, man. Shout out TJ McConnell. Shout
shout
out
out to Jay
TJ
McConnell, man.
McConnell, man. And of course, shout out Siakam, man. Shout out Siakam. Hey,
That's what I
listen.
said, man. Tyrese going down, man. Them boys played their heart out, man. Shout out
Hey,
to the
listen.
Indiana Pacers, man.
Listen. Siakam, I want to definitely give you your props, man. As soon as like the it was basically like the plays following, you know, Halliburton going down, like almost immediately following Halliburton going down. He came up with
Yeah.
two big blocks. You get what I'm saying? Now we
hmm
left him empty on the other side, when we got the ball, but yeah, Siakam
Yeah, I
played
was
his
gonna say
heart out.
I don't know what happened towards like that second half, but like soon, like you say, initially when Tyrese initially went down, I feel like that was like a boost for Siakam. But it seemed like man, he just because I believe he ended with like 16 in the fight in game seven, if I'm not mistaken.
hmm
It was like where did the momentum go in the second half?
Well, you know what? I'll be honest. Um, for me, the moment. Listen, so I'll be honest. Um, when Tyrese was going off every three, I was up jumping around,
Yeah.
everything. But as soon as he went down, I didn't get back up again. And so I can understand, how it could be hard for them. But man, we'll leave it at that. Before we get off of here, man, we just we got to get onto the Lakers right quick, man. So obviously,
Oh yeah, let's get to the Lakers. What's going
yeah,
on over there?
man, LeBron's up for a player option. And before we even talk about his player option, though, I just want to talk about LeBron and Luca got eliminated in the first round last year.
This is true.
Can LeBron really be in the top one or two GOAT debate still?
I mean, LeBron's still a top performer, but I don't know. He gave us a teaser towards the beginning of this summer, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
even like a few weeks ago, hinting towards retirement. So it's like we know it's getting to that point. So I feel like he's definitely still in that GOAT debate, but I feel like at this point in his career, I don't feel like LeBron is really in it to win it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
As bad as that might sound, I feel like that's the honest truth to it. I don't feel like LeBron is in it to win it anymore. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like with that Luka trade, yeah, we both agree that we feel like the Mavs won that trade, but I think that that Lakers franchise is kind of getting going towards the Luka direction and trying to the Lakers trying to build around that. Obviously he got Bronny into the league, helping develop.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, Bronny got himself into the league, but you understand what I'm saying. Bronny,
Yeah.
he ended up getting drafted to the Lakers, and he's helping him, obviously helping him develop over there. So I feel like LeBron is just like sticking around this next year or two to just trying to help out, help develop the young players and
You know what? You
mold
bringing
them
up
pretty much.
Bronny just reminded me of something. Uh, remember how it was like a news headline how like it came out that Bronny would say he wasn't gonna come out to select teams last year. Do you think that
Correct.
influenced some of the draft picks this year acting the way that they are?
This year, possibly, possibly.
That's a little bit
But
off topic, but that just made me think of
as
that.
no, definitely. But I was gonna say as as bad as this might sound, it's like those kids don't come from that same
No,
legacy.
seriously,
So
seriously, seriously.
I mean, but it is what it is.
No, but what was
But
you
no,
saying
back to
about
the
Bronny
Lakers.
and everything?
No, yeah, I said at this point in my like I said, back to the Lakers and LeBron, I feel like I don't feel like I mean, of course everybody plays to win, but I feel like at this point in his career, if it happens, it happens. But I don't feel like this is just my honest opinion. I don't feel like LeBron is in it to win it anymore.
No,
Like I said,
exactly.
we still know he's gonna go out there and perform the way he does. But who knows? Maybe this next year or two that who knows how long LeBron plans to stick around. But maybe he might be on like less minutes and like letting some of those guys get more minutes and like I say, develop their game and show what they can go out there and do.
No, exactly. Um, now, well, you kind of gave your kind of input on it, but do you think that LeBron and Luca can possibly compete for a championship? I know you said LeBron's not in it to win it, but do you think that they do have a chance of competing for a championship?
If that, like I said, like you just said, I gave my opinion, and that's my personal opinion. But if LeBron is going in with that mindset, I believe so. But I think the other thing that we need to consider with the Lakers, with the trade for Luca, they're going to need to fill that big man spot because Jackson Hayes is not going to get it done down there for the Lakers.
No, facts. But now obviously they have had some big men in talks. Some guys like Steven Adams, which I has Steven Adams been extended yet? I know we've
I
seen a
don't
lot
believe
of
so.
extensions. I don't
I was
remember if
going to
he's
say,
been one of them.
I dug
Um,
into a few players who could be a possible fit who are up for free agency. And some of those names are like Mason Plumlee,
hmm
Andre Drummond, one of those being a few of those being our native Indiana Pacers, Miles Turner, Thomas
yeah.
Bryant, and even Nas Reed on the Minnesota Timberwolves. So those are just to name a few, but that's something that with that trade being done, the AD for Luca, a few other players from the Mad are from the Lakers, but
Hey man,
um,
and don't sleep, man.
with that
James,
trade being made,
don't
I
sleep,
feel
man.
like the
James
Lakers
Wiseman's
definitely
still
need to get
out
a big
there.
man. Oh, for sure.
Like nobody's talking about it, but sadly he didn't get to play for us last year. We did sign him last year, but
Crazy.
he didn't get to play for us. But James Wiseman is still out there, and he still is. He's still been training or still been been with the NBA staff. He's been
He's still working.
still working with us. He's not a part of our team, but he is still a big man, and who knows how much The thing with him was he didn't have IQ or whatever. But you pairing him up with LeBron, who knows, what you can learn from a player like a LeBron, you know, kind of like how DeAndre Ayton learned from
Exactly.
a guy like CP3. You know what I'm saying? You pair somebody with a guy like that can definitely positively influence a career. Uh,
Definitely. 'Cause that's why I say, whoever LeBron gets up under his wing, he's gonna try to engage and just try to dive into them and help mold them in any way possible.
no, exactly, and especially because LeBron is past the point of where he's gonna be the star. So you feel me? He needs to make sure that
Exactly.
his resources are as strong as possible. Um,
Definitely.
Now LeBron does have a $50 million player option. In my personal opinion, this may just be me, but I don't think that LeBron should accept the $50 million player option. Not that he should retire. Um, I just don't think that he should accept that. I believe that he should give his team an honest chance to, try to improve. One, we know that LeBron doesn't even make majority of his money from the floor. You get what I'm saying? He doesn't make
Correct.
majority of his money from basketball. Yes, basketball helps provide for that money that he makes, because that's how he gets his name. But
Definitely.
realistically, we know that all his money really comes from, the deals that he does.
Off the court.
Well,
Off the
not
floor.
all of it. He does still have a pretty nice paycheck from the NBA, but majority of his money comes from the deals off the court. You get what I'm saying? We know that he, signed a $1 billion deal with Nike. Um, so things like that.
Mhm.
Um, LeBron really doesn't need a $50 million 1 year extension. You get what I'm saying? So you do have a Luka Doncic on your team. You guys did lose in the first round of the playoffs to Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle.
Yeah.
Let me repeat that. LeBron James and Luka Doncic lost to no slant to Anthony Edwards, but Julius Randle, bro.
Who
Anthony
was
Edwards and
and that Lakers
Julius.
series was out of his body.
Hey, listen. What they say? What they
Out
say?
of body, out of body experience.
Hey, listen. Ant-Man, Superman, Batman, Lakers in five. Shit.
Oh man.
No, but what considering that though, I think that LeBron honestly needs to um accept decline it, do a smaller deal like we seen Kyrie Irving just do. So for everybody says, oh, it's a pride thing, it's a pride thing. Bro, you're 40.
Yeah.
You're 40. Like realistically, I'm not saying that LeBron can't contribute, but we seen that you were getting tired towards the end of the playoffs. So realistically, you need some more resources. So why don't you give the
Yeah,
team some more resources to be able to get you some more resources? You get what I'm saying?
definitely. You gotta have people that you can rely on,
No,
especially at this
exactly.
age.
Exactly. Like LeBron, you could take a $40 million deal. I'm not saying take less than 40. You get what I'm saying? Definitely,
Yeah.
like you're still LeBron James. You still go get at least 40. You get what I'm saying?
Still make it make sense, but as you just mentioned, majority of his money is coming from off the floor anyway,
No,
and that's
exactly.
not going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not saying just because you got that Nike deal that you go sign the league minimum, but
No.
you don't need the
Make some
50.
make some room for the make some room for. for
Exactly.
others
You get what I'm
and
saying?
for to better the team, to improve the team.
Exactly. You go from 40 to 50, you can get you two solid role guys to come off the bench. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Mess around, bring Cam Reddish back. Listen,
Do they
man,
really want to do that?
I still believe in Cam Reddish, man. I still believe in Cam Reddish. Hey, man,
Gotta
listen,
they
they
gotta
should
keep
have got
working, man.
Porzingis. They should have got Porzingis when they had a chance.
Oof. Luka
Georges
and
Niang in a
KP,
second.
Luka and KP
Georges
back
Niang.
again.
Listen. Georges Niang in a second. They could have came up with Georges Niang in a second.
Luka and KP back together. Oh
Well,
no.
do you think the Celtics would have did it though? I mean, I know that they didn't really get nothing for Kristaps, but do you think the Celtics would have
And
did
that's
it?
what I'm saying too. Like, but I mean, what you speaking on? Like being the rivalry, the history between the two.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like
Um,
basically, dang near giving
I
them a championship. Not giving it to them, but it's
nah.
close to.
I don't say not giving it to him, but I don't
You
know.
loading
Business
them
is
up too
business,
much,
man.
though. You loading them up too much. But it
Business
would
is
have to be
business,
more than Georges Niang in a second, though.
man.
Maybe Georges Niang in two
Definitely.
seconds.
Man,
Maybe the washing machine and a Subway sandwich.
five
Damn,
dollar.
bro. Bro, they treated that man Kristaps like chopped liver, bro.
Like nothing. Get him out of here. Man, him and Drew Holiday.
Listen, on the way out, they hit him with the "Give me your ring."
Half-ass earned ring, though. Nah, hey, he showed up when it mattered, though. So you can't
No
really say
facts,
nothing about that.
facts. Hey
Man,
man, what y'all talking about, man? The Rockets gonna win it in 5 years when they get SGA and J Dub, bro. Rockets winning it all when they get SGA and J Dub, bro.
with KD still on the bench,
They
KD
they
gonna be Jeff
tampering with
Green by
Chet. They
then.
listen. They tampering with Chet.
KD gonna be Jeff Green by then on the bench.
No, for
OG.
real. They done told Harden to come back.
And he got the old Thunder and the new Thunder
No, for
together,
real. They done.
all on
They call
Houston.
that the
Like what?
storm.
Oh my goodness,
No
man.
facts.
The cycle is crazy though.
No, for real. Got that thunderstorm in Houston. Hell nah. Hey
Well,
man.
Drizzy did say it's raining in Houston. Oh
No.
man.
Hey, nah, but before we get off of here, man. Of course we gonna hit the outro, but before we get to the outro, man, there's one thing I wanna say, man.
Okay.
Houston, you wanna get rebounds on the court, not off the court, okay? Stop getting these fans, they see somebody coming from okay, see they uh, box out.
We got this.
They wilt on the boards, boy.
We got
Box
this
out.
one. Don't nobody else worry about this. We putting the house on this one.
No facts. Listen. I listen. I'm not gonna lie. FanDuel, Prize Picks, Underdog. If y'all put this line up, I want my percentage, okay? Cause I
Hard
don't.
rock, hard rock bet.
No facts. I want my percentage. Who do the Rockets sign first? Chet, J Dub, SGA. What's the over under on it? And I want my percentage of all the money made from that. Okay,
All bets.
facts, facts.
Man,
Who? Listen, no, for real. Who's the next Thunder player, former Thunder player that the Rockets signed?
to become a Houston Rocket.
And what's the over under on it? Hey, no, realistically though, nah, we ain't even gonna bring it up. We ain't even bring it up. We gonna leave it alone. We gonna leave it alone. We gonna leave the what ifs.
We're gonna save that.
No,
We're
we
gonna
ain't even
save
gonna
that.
save it. We just gonna leave the what ifs alone. We gonna leave it in the past. Man, it still
We
hurt,
gotta
man.
speak on those though. We're gonna save it.
Man, Tyrese Haliburton, man, if he was in there, man, I'm wishing him a speedy recovery, man. Prayers out to his loved ones, man. Prayers out
That's
to his
it,
loved
man.
ones. Now, for
Take
real.
your time though. Don't rush back.
No,
Texas gonna
please
be all
don't.
right. We're
Please
gonna
don't. Please
our
don't.
guys gonna hold it down. Your guys
No, for
got you.
real.
Still
No,
got
for
JJ on the bench holding it
real.
down.
JJ.
My boy James Johnson. Come
I'm
on,
like
man.
JJ. I thought you were talking about
Come
TJ.
on, man.
No, listen. Because last episode, bro, I was trying to say CJ McCullum, and I
Mhm.
kept on talking about TJ McConnell.
I seen that earlier.
I
I
couldn't, bro.
seen that.
I couldn't get that out. But shoot.
This man was struggling.
All
Yes,
right then, cuz you ready to close them out?
sir.
All right, bet. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the 3829 podcast. Now, don't forget, we made that deal at the beginning of the episode. So if you did like it and you haven't liked, comment, and subscribe yet, I just want you to know you are what Tyrese Haliburton said at that first time out. If you happen to not like the video, I'm a man of my word, but you still can't unlike it. I don't care. You still can't do it. But thank y'all again for tuning into the video. That's not all I gotta say. I'm gonna go ahead and let Don take us out.
Yeah, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in to another episode of the 3829 podcast, man. Keep rocking with us, man. We got all your sports news, man. We're gonna start tuning into a lot more stuff here soon. But yeah, man, just keep tuning in. We appreciate y'all, all the support, all the love, man. Keep rocking with us. More on the way. Like what Cuz said too. Make sure y'all drop down in the comments, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, man.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Appreciate y'all.